Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Yes, it's just a strange one today. You all know what's going on in the world. If you do not, then I really don't know where you've been. But as well as COVID and a lot of people dying, there's just been such a massive uproar, killing, murder in America, Minneapolis. I just felt like I needed to address it because it's hard for me to continue to make videos when such a bad thing's happening, but I just felt like I needed to probably do something else to take my mind off it. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I've been very vocal and have joined the petition in regards to getting the people that are responsible brought to justice. I don't know when this video is going to go out. I don't know when I'm going to upload it. So it might be a month from now. It might be a couple of weeks from now, a couple of days. I don't know. It just depends how I feel. So now that's said and done and addressed, I'm really going to try and just do a review just to take our mind off stuff, because the world is crying at the moment for a lot of reasons. So my thoughts go out to George Floyd's family and people connected in this devastating situation. Yeah. Today I'm going to be looking at some brushes. Now, I have waited a long time. As you know, I'm a professional makeup artist, for those of you that follow me, and I've got quite a few brushes, but I've never bought any Real Techniques. Now, Real Techniques, for those, if you don't know who they are, you've definitely been underneath a rock. Real Techniques are done by, I think, Sam and Nick. I think they're both makeup artists, so that's given me more confidence to purchase their brushes. So I finally bought Real Techniques, and this is the Everyday Essentials Face, Eye, Cheek makeup brushes. Yeah, they come beautifully packaged and they have numbers on them. They're quite fluffy and they are synthetic, cruelty free, vegan friendly, and they come with a sponge. So you get 4 brushes and a sponge. Now, I got these from Just My Look. I got them really cheap, $15.95. I'll leave the link in the description bar below. But yeah, these are really, really nice brushes. So I'm looking forward to giving them a whirl and seeing how they work. The Real Technique sponge I've used many times before, so we'll see what the brushes are like. Before I even use them, I'm going to clean these brushes, do my base, which is a new technique. Well, I don't know if it's new, it's something different to what I normally do. I'll be trying the Jordan Liberty technique. If you would like to see that video, I will leave a link here when it's done, but that's going to be in a different video. So I'm going to do my base, clean the brushes, do my base, and then come back. All I've got now is my skincare, and if you want to see my skincare routine, I'll leave that here. So I've done my skincare already, so I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to be using the placement technique. That's the way I describe it, where you just put your foundation or your concealer wherever you need it instead of doing the whole face. I'm trying to go for use a least amount of product and just really work these brushes and just see what they're made of. So I'm going to go in with the EX1 Invisiwear, and that's in the colour 14. So you've seen me use this before. It's a very lightweight skin look foundation. So I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of that onto my spatula. I'm just about to see that, and I think I'm going to start with the 1 or 2 brushes. So I'm going to use the 200 brush, is the foundation brush, so it's Expert Face brush, and then you've got the 300, which is the deluxe crease brush, and have the 400 brush, which is the blush brush, but you can use it for setting as well. And it's a setting brush, and that's 400 402. So brushes are there as a guideline, but you can use them however you feel you need to use them. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place the foundation on my face. I have a mirror here, and I'm just going to load it up on there and put my hair out of the way and just see how these brushes work. I'm trying to go for a light coverage, so let's have a look and see. Now, as you know, I don't typically just use brushes. I will use brush and sponge. I've only used a little bit of foundation. I'm quite impressed with that. I'm quite impressed with that the brush doesn't absorb all of the foundation. Really liking how this works. Now, some of you would have seen my other video. What I've done is I've done the Jordan Liberty face priming technique. So my foundation is drying down quicker than it normally does. That's a pretty nice coverage with this brush. I have wet the sponge and it's blended it out beautifully. No streaks. I'm quite impressed with that brush. I thought I was gonna have streaks galore. I do have a MAC stippling brush, and it leaves streaks like whoa over the face. I'm liking that. Really impressed. Let me continue, and I still got a bit of foundation on my palette, which is fine because I can use that to blend in any harsh edges. So now I'm just going to go in with a little bit of contour. If anyone wants me to do a contouring video, please do, and put it in the description bar below. At the moment, I'm having fun just contouring in different ways. Now what I'm using for contour is the Revolution Conceal and Define. Now, and that's in the colour C17. Don't mind my contour being really dark because you can always blend it. It's the blending that's what makes the difference. Now for this, I think because it's a smaller section, I suppose I could still use I'm gonna still use the Expert Face brush and just see what happens. These brushes are making light work of the blending. That's stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh. I'm really pressing into it to see it's gonna leave streaks. Not one streak. Can you see? Wow. I have never seen an application with a brush so smooth. I've been sleeping on this. You know what? I just thought they were gimmicky. So I'm just gonna put some concealer on, and then I'm gonna use the crease brush. I've seen a lot of people use that, so I'm gonna see if that'll be a really good test. So let me just conceal. I'm really impressed with those brushes so far. Wow. Well done, Nick and Sam. Change the makeup game. Well done. I can see what, you know what it is? And you know, this is going to sound so bizarre. It is going to sound so bizarre. I'm not a fan of colours. Rose gold, the purple, the pinks. They're just not me. I'd love it if they made them. I can see why they didn't want to do classic black, but a shimmer black or a steel black, granite colour with maybe purple handles would be nice. I mean, I have seen them done different limited editions. One year I was going to buy some black and white ones. I think they're the face brushes, and they had like they were white with like black like patterns on them. Those were nice, but at that time I was like, I don't really need them, and I've got brushes myself, you know what I mean? I don't really need them. I've already got quite a few brushes, so at this rate I'm not gonna need to go in with the sponge, but I've wet the sponge anyway just to see. So I'm gonna use the Luxe crease brush to blend in my highlight. Wow. Okay. You see how effortlessly that. I'm impressed. I really am impressed. This may need a little sponge on it to make it really smooth. Blends really well, and it doesn't really leave much marks, but I'm not too worried about that because I know when I use the sponge will take away any demarcation, and it's not lifting up the foundation underneath. I'm really impressed with that brush. Now on to the Real Technique sponge. I've wet it, it's grown a bit, and when they first came out I really liked them, but then I remember buying them the second time and it felt really hard, and I thought, this isn't right. How come I bought a Real Techniques and it's not right? I mean, it could have been a fake that I bought, but it had Real Techniques packaging and everything. I got it off eBay, but I have since then heard somebody say that I think that they changed the manufacturer at one point and they were pretty hard. This is really soft, so I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to blend the sides. Now to go over the nose, I'm just going to swirl the motions. So I'm just going to go over the whole face and give it a pat down. Now I'm just going to get rid of the creases underneath the eye. I'm going to go and I'm going to use the setting brush just to put a little layer of setting powder underneath the eye. Make sure there's no creases. Then in with the sponge for the actual powder. And the powder that I'm using is the OPV medium powder. I am going to be doing a review on this also because it's a new powder to me. I'm going to compare it to the Sacha Buttercup, so I'll be doing that shortly after this. I'm just tapping in the powder. I'm not going to leave it to bake. This sponge is better than I remember. That was easy. One swipe. Some sponges don't allow you, they have like a drag effect, and that's probably because that's the cheaper ones. I do get a drag effect with my Primark ones. Now into using the blush brush, and that's the 400 brush, and I'm just gonna dust that off. Okay, it's really soft. A lovely brush. Now to set my contour, I'm just using the setting brush. These brushes, they're stunning. They're stunning brushes. They really are. Dare I say? No, I'm gonna say it because it's not about dare I say. It's my channel. If the things ain't good, I'm gonna say they're better than the Morphe ones. And I think someone said once that the Morphe brushes, they're good individually, like they're better quality individually than the ones that's in the sets, because I've got the 18-piece set, which you would have seen, which you can have a look at. I'll leave that link here as well. So yeah, I'm setting my contour with Ben Nye Chestnut, because I don't really want it. I don't really want a cool, overly cool. So I'm using chestnut, which is more warm tone. So it gives like a warm tone to it. I'm loving the flay on this. So it's tapered and then it flays out. I love that because that's good for cheeks and getting right in there into the shapes and the hollows of the cheeks. I'm going to see if I can use this to contour my nose. If not, I'm going to try using, no, actually I think I used the Deluxe crease brush. I'm going to contour the nose with that. But so far I haven't, normally what I have to do is, when I've used a brush to put my foundation on, I normally use the sponge to really go in and blend it out so it looks like skin, to take out any streaks. I haven't had to do that with this set. So anyway, on with the I'd say first impressions. That's it. It's the first impressions. On with the first impressions. Set the eyes. This brush is so soft, and it's as you can see, it's quite fluffy on the top, so it's tapered in and it flays out. I love the way that it feels on the skin. So I'm just going to put some more powder on and just go set the whole face in as a setting brush, and then I'm just going to slightly buff out any harsh edges using this brush just to see how it performs. Oh wow, yeah, it's giving me that airbrush look. I'm just going to go back into my eye. Now I've got creasing under my eyes. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't normally get creasing under my eyes. I don't think that's anything to do with the brushes. I think that's to do with that I overlaid some colour corrector. So but other than that, it looks, other than that, it looks amazing. So I'm going to zoom it in, and then I'm going to do highlighter, do my eyebrows, and then I'll come back to you so you can have a look and we can do my final thoughts on all the brushes and everything. Now we're up close and personal. I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics Spotlight highlighter. So I'm going to try using I'll use the smaller brush. I'm going to use a setting brush, and I'm just going to stick between Radiance and Dream. Wow, okay. You see me gleaming, gleaming. Na 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 na. Whatever. Da 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 da. I like that. Brushes are really soft. I can really see how these will help with a beginner when they're doing their makeup. Oh, that's nice. Let me do the highlight. I love how you can really change the pressure, so you can go really light. You can press it a bit harder there, and the bristles are long enough for you to swirl, and you can swirl really lightly and get a really nice blend. Okay, I've used all the brushes in the set, so let me just set my face with some setting spray, and I think do my eyebrows, and then I'll come back to you. So I decided I'm just going to do a quick eye look. I'm really going to put it to the test using the Masquerade, Juvia's Place Masquerade Magic Palette. I'm going to go in with Burkina, and I'm just going to do a light wash of colour. I like brushes that are multi-purpose. I mean, they're good to carry in your kit. At the moment, it's not picking up that much pigment, and that's because it's a bigger brush, but it's enough. Yeah, okay, you can see it building now. And what I'm doing is I'm just swirling it, as you can see. Summer's actually here, and we're in lockdown. I'm going to use a darker one on the inside, which is that colour's Fulani. So I'm just going to take the Fulani colour. I'm going to slightly pinch the brush, just going to the side. Okay, you see that demarcation there. Okay, it does pick up a lot when you do it like that, and the concentration. Really good brushes. I love how they blend out. They really enable blending. And now I'm gonna take Zubo just there. It looks brighter than it is on camera, and I'm just gonna take the corner. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'll take the corner of the brush, just the corner, give it a little blow, and gently first look up. Just follow your eye shape. And I'm just gonna tap down into the corner of the eye. That's a nice shape to do that, to press it in and then blend it out. I like the way that's looking. And then to finish off, I'm just going to use Casablanca just down the bottom. That's a nice gold colour. I'm just going to use the centre, put it in the centre like a halo eye. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that same brush again just to blend out any harsh edges. This is a great travel set. Yes, they're not quite short enough. The short ones I recommend, which they have stopped doing, is the Makeup Revolution ones. They are amazing little brushes, and they were £5. I did a review on them back ages ago, a few years ago. If you do have any excess, just go in with a sponge, neaten that up. So just done the eyebrows, put on quick lip and eyeliner, because it's like I couldn't see my eyes myself, so I'm thinking if I can't see my eyes, you're not going to see my eyes. So in conclusion, with these brushes, you can tell, you can always use, my viewers can always tell when I like something or not. This set as a whole is stunning. It is a really good set. It's a well worth the price for the set. Well, this was $15.95, like I said, on Just My Look. Just My Look is a really good website. This is not a promotion or anything like that. I'm not being sponsored or anything like that. This it's a really good website, and you can get some really good things and nearly half price. You know what I mean? These are $15.95. Anywhere else they're £20, $19.99. So this face brush, I love the way it's tapered and then flays out. I use this for the blush, which I didn't film, but I just use it for the blush, and it's good for buffering and doing that great technique. This expert face brush, it's definitely an expert face brush. I just love how dense it is, and the shape. It's got like a little dome shape on it, and I didn't get any streaks with my foundation whatsoever. This deluxe crease brush, multi-purpose, stunning. You see me use it for a quick eye look, neutral eye look. You see me use it under my eyes. It's winner chicken dinner, really good, that one. And then there's this one, which is the setting brush. I used for my contour. I used it to set my eyes. I'd like to say I did have a little bit of creasing, but I think it's because of the technique that I might have used earlier. But this brush is lovely. The only thing is, if it's for traveling, they're not very they need to be a bit shorter, but I do get it because you can use it for the angles to get what you need to get. You can angle it in different ways, and which allows to swoop and to swirl and to blend. I'm late to the party, and I think I was just dubious because I didn't fully understand that they were makeup artists, and just how good their brushes are. It's probably because I've got so many brushes. I'll show you some of my brushes. So I've got a big wad of brushes, plus those are one set, and I've got 2 sets in my stash. I've got a kit that I work with, plus I've got my brushes in my room, on my vanity, for my face. So I think these are going to replace a lot of those brushes. These are going to be my new face brushes, I would give them, if I was rating them, a 9.5. And the only reason why they lost the 5 mark, the 0.5, is because of the colour. I don't like the colours. They're just, I'm just not a girly girl. I say that, and I've got lips, blush, everything on. If you get what I mean, these will look beautiful in blue, like a steel blue colour, almost like my background. Yeah, but other than that, these work, and these would be a great gift. So that's the end of this first impressions. I hope you enjoyed it, because I did. I love the way my makeup's turned out. It's flawless. There are no streaks, and there's no yeah, the sponge, I don't know what they've done with this new sponge. The formula, it's a beautiful sponge. You know, sometimes when you've got a damp sponge, or it's just winding down from being a bit damp, and you go to put it on your face and it removes your makeup, that doesn't do that at all. So that's a really, really good set. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this first impressions, and remember, keep safe, continue to obey the laws of the land, whatever that may be, whether it's lockdown, whether you are quarantine, whatever you're doing, and just stay safe in general out there, because there's a lot of madness going on out there. And yeah, remember, go slay your day. Bye. See you on the next one.